Hey, book lovers, welcome back to Shelf Addiction, the podcast where we dive deep into the pages of thriller and fantasy reads. I'm your host, Tamara, and today we are covering the first of 4 books in the Four Horsemen series. But first, a quick heads up, if you crave the full visual experience and want to ditch the ads, head on over to Patreon. You'll unlock ad-free video episodes, exclusive after shows, and other bonus content. Spotify listeners, premium content is available there also. Want even more bookish banter? Join our community over on the Book Clubs app, and don't forget to subscribe and leave us a review wherever you're listening. And speaking of community, I am thrilled to welcome back my fantasy series bestie and co-host, Casey from Heart Full of Ink. Welcome back, Casey.
Hello, hello. I'm so excited to be here.
Yes, feels like it has been forever, but it's only been like a month.
I mean, 2 months. We took a mini break, but
yeah, we're back.
Yeah, we're back. We're here. Yeah. We're back.
And boy, do we have a doozy for y'all today.
Oh, no.
Well, at least from my POV anyway. So you guys, please check out the links below. You can find ways to follow both Casey and myself, as well as the podcast in general. Click around, do all the things. We appreciate you for doing that. Before we begin, I want to remind you that we discuss full spoilers here during our book chat. So spoiler alert, you've been warned. Today we are discussing Pestilence, the first book in the Four Horsemen series by Laura Thasala. We are talking about the graphic audio today, so we will have a lot of other opinions that we normally don't have because we decided to go with the graphic audio route, which I'm very excited about. Okay, so this is narrated by a full cast with lots of sound effects and all that fun stuff. Published March 20th, 2018. It was originally self-published and later picked up by a publisher. The paperback is 416 pages. The graphic audio is 9 hours and 30 minutes. And obviously the graphic audio is published by Graphic Audio. And that actually came out last year, June of 2025. Casey, would you kindly share the synopsis?
They came to Earth, pestilence, war, famine, death, 4 horsemen riding their screaming steeds, racing to the corners of the world. 4 horsemen with the power to destroy all of humanity. They came to Earth and they came to end us all. When pestilence comes for Sarah Burns' town, one thing is certain. Everyone she knows and loves is marked for death. Unless, of course, the angelic-looking horseman is stopped, which is exactly what Sarah has in mind when she shoots the unholy beast off his steed. Too bad no one told her Pestilence can't be killed. Now the horseman is very much alive and very pissed off, has taken her prisoner, and he's eager to make her suffer. Only the longer she's with him, the more uncertain she is about his true feelings towards her and hers towards him. And now, well, Sarah might still be able to save the world, but in order to do so, she'll have to sacrifice her heart in the process.
Okay. So, as we do, high level, when you finished, what'd you think?
It wasn't bad. I'm so sorry. No, I picked this series. I was so hopeful for this series.
So y'all on the audio, you didn't see my face just now.
This is all my fault. So what was it? Last month, we decided to read parts of books. We told ourselves we're going to read 30%. I listened to the first 2 hours of this graphic audiobook and I was hooked. I was like, okay, yes, we have the 4 horsemen. We have a woman who tries to kill him. They're killing each other. They're fighting. They're true enemies, going to be lovers. I picked it for us. So this is all on me.
Mm-hmm. I'll let you own it.
You'll let me own this. Thank you. The beginning was so good and so strong. And then it just kind of petered off into this, I don't even know how to describe it, like character development love story. And like, that was it. Yes, he was still killing the world, but like it was more focused on her changing him and then God stuff. And then the book was over. And I was like, I had so much hope for it based off that beginning. I thought there was going to be so much more violence and action and fighting.
Yeah.
It wasn't bad. I want to say that again. Like it's not a bad book. It's just not what I was hoping for or expecting when I suggested we read this.
So I thought that I had a hard time grasping how Sarah was able to think he's a nice person. He's a
I
nice
mean,
person. He didn't mean
yeah,
it. I had
yeah,
a
that
hard
was,
time understanding her as a killer turned victim turned lover turned slightly kidnapped turned I don't know. It was kind of weird.
mhm.
It was a struggle for me. I can't even lie. I think some of it also had to do with the graphic audio production, which we can get into as well a little later. But just story wise, I didn't love it.
Well, to be fair, she is 21.
Yeah.
And that threw me off because I was imagining her older. And then she said she was 21. I was like, oh no, you're still basically a kid. and that's why you're
that was
all...
the biggest eye roll as well.
Yeah.
And she's 21 and she's going to get married and have kids with this dude. And she does.
Yeah,
and that shit
yeah.
pisses me off as well.
Oh yeah. I got to that epilogue and I was like, are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah. So there were just a lot of things I did not care for. I think that it wasn't the worst thing I ever read. It wasn't the worst.
No, it wasn't the worst. And we've read much, much worse on the podcast.
Yeah, I just think that there's a lot of confusion with who these characters actually are and what their motivations are. Because for something that God has instilled you to do, this is your duty, you suddenly just said, fuck it.
Apparently, yeah.
After I thought about it, after a few days of trailing you when you didn't know I was doing that, I just watched you and thought about it and decided to not do it.
Well, no. Okay. So he healed
changed
everybody.
Yes.
Before he let her go.
Yes.
But he was still so sad that he let her go and then just didn't tell her.
Right. Because he was still not sure of his choice. Right. He wasn't sure. But that shit I did not like because you fought it so bad, tooth and nail, and now you just, okay.
You just did it and it's all fine.
And okay, so I'm going to just jump to some of the details and things that I think are plot holes, or at least a plot hole for me. So in this moment when he says, oh, I did that at the house or whatever. And then she gets home and she's like, oh, my parents are alive. A lot of the people at the station are alive. Bullshit.
Yeah.
He went through your town a long time ago. They were dead. You've seen people die in real time. How are your people alive?
Exactly. As soon as she saw the man in Canada, I was like, how the fuck is this man alive?
Yeah. That doesn't make sense.
No. Especially when he said, I've always had the power to sit here in this one spot and spread my thing out hundreds of thousands of kilometers away. You know, they were in Washington State.
Yeah.
And he was getting people sick in Mexico. So why was it only going in one direction? Why wasn't he going back into Canada and killing everybody he missed before?
Yeah. And I'm sure he didn't miss her parents before.
No, they were at some cabin close to town, but,
yeah,
evacuated from town.
Yeah. And like you said, the guy who ran the shop, he's like, oh, I got better.
Yeah.
No, you should have died a month ago, however long. And that's another gripe I have. How long has this been?
Exactly. Everybody else was dying within 3 to 4 days.
Yeah.
He can't unkill them. That's his brother's job.
Right.
But everybody at that hospital is dead, forever dead.
Yeah.
And that was something else that
bodies
she just
piled up.
Yeah, she just went, okay, it's super gross, but I'm fine. Hug me.
Yeah.
And I was like, no, girl. No.
So those things really disconnected. I'm like, you're really going to give them this happily ever after? Like he's really just fine? And then he so pulled a Tamlin. If you guys are familiar with A Court of Thorns and Roses, he basically kidnaps. So he held her hostage. That's the correct term. When she decides, okay, I'm well enough, I'm tired of this, I'm over this,
Yeah.
I'm going to leave, he locks her in the room. He
boards the
windows. The whole damn
That
house.
was
She can't get out.
insane.
Yeah, he
That
boards
was
up the room
insane.
and leaves her there, which I thought was weeks, right? Weeks. He only came to bring her food.
Uh-huh.
And then eventually one day he just gives in for no apparent reason. He just gives in and says, okay, you should go. Go now before I change my mind.
Yeah.
And that is when
the time when he healed everybody.
Right.
But he didn't tell her for like another 2-3 months or whatever it was.
But why? What changed his mind? What was it?
He wasn't getting the good pussy anymore.
Oh my God.
Excuse me for saying it that bluntly.
The only
that he's ever had.
I hated that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, that
so
was
much.
Terrible.
And then, so they get back together. Yay, we're fine. You're fine. You gave that up. Yay, let's just move forward. I'd always be thinking if he's still not human.
No,
so you telling
not.
me that the next time you got a problem, I'm not going to be a hostage?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. He's not going to treat his children this way. He's not going to treat other people this way. If he gets mad, is he going to just be like, poo poo, and give people the plague?
Right. Mm-hmm.
If he had changed with the elderly couple, Rob and Ruth, I think that was them. If he had saved them, I might have believed this change at the end.
Mm-hmm.
But he was still so dead set. Those people, that elderly couple just looked at him and were like, we forgive you and we're going to pray to God over you and everything is fine and hunky-dory even though you're killing us. And we're going to give you cheese and tea and everything is great. And he still killed them. And I was like, if he can't reverse it for them or save it for them, why would he change his mind for the whole world?
Right. And they were
those
kind
people
to him.
gave him kindness.
Yep.
And I think it would have been a much better character development, story structure wise. Like if he had changed there, saved them, gone off, then they got attacked, and then he started getting angry and killing people again, and like had that back and forth throughout the story, as opposed to just, I'm going to kill everybody. I'm going to keep killing everybody. Oh, surprise, I've changed.
Right. I agree.
Yeah.
That would have been a whole lot more believable.
Yeah.
But no.
But no, that's not what we got.
Yeah, I felt like almost everything. And then like, so after they have this sex and he's like, you're mine. Now, usually that doesn't bother me, but this context, he's like, let's go to the church and get married. I'm like, what the fuck?
Honestly, I kept expecting her or him to say something else of like, no, this isn't marriage. I'm like vowing something, or like,
yeah.
First of all, he's this immortal being who doesn't really know humanity. So why is he all
has
hell-bent on marriage?
Yeah. I don't know.
So I kept expecting, like, when she brought it up, him to be like, what are you talking about? I want whatever other immortal being thing he was thinking of.
Mm-hmm.
But no, it was marriage. And I was like, how the hell?
How did he even get that concept?
Yeah, how did he get that concept? How did he go from sex to marriage? Like, yes, he's been around for thousands and thousands of years, but also, like, he's never been in love. He's never been around people. He's never had sex. So why is he correlating the two?
Exactly.
Make it make sense.
It's weird. I didn't really love that at all. I kind of hated that as well.
Same.
And I'm like, so I felt like the author was trying to draw these really Christian things in this book that I also did not enjoy.
Yeah. We're going to have to get into this in a minute because she kept claiming it wasn't Christian, but then did all the Christian things.
Yeah.
And I was like, I've seen this in Supernatural. Spoiler alert, they kill God on Supernatural. Like, unless we're going that route, this is not what I wanted to read about. Not what I expected.
It was really and I know some people are probably going to be so mad when I say this, but it was really Christian fiction coded with
Yes.
sex.
Yes.
And I
Because
just that
we
bothered
had
me.
to pray over him, and, you know, God forgives and God has mercy, and
Mm-hmm.
they were talking about, you know, being in charge of their own destiny and being in charge of their own actions, but also being controlled by a God, even though he was like, he kept trying to say, there is no God the way you describe God. It's all God, and God has no gender, and God is this, and God is that, but God dictates my actions, and my goal is just pestilence, you know, blah, 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 blah. And it
Until it
was just
wasn't.
like, until it wasn't. And then he just quit. And I was like,
Mm-hmm.
I hoped, like, when they started bringing up God, like, I knew that was going to be the series, maybe not villain, but series arc.
Mm-hmm.
But I hope they would at least have some kind of battle with God, or some kind of like, this is how I give up my duty, as he called it. But no, he just quit and walked away, and that was that.
He just put the crown down and was like, and left his little tool.
Broke off a piece to make the wedding ring.
The dumbest shit ever.
We're rolling our eyes if you can't see us.
I don't think God is going to be the ultimate thing that all of these men have to deal with. Maybe, but it just seems like in this book, you know, Sarah had that interaction with death that really went nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
It's like
that was another thing where I was like, what? Like, yeah. I know he's the fourth and final book, but why isn't he saying or doing more?
Yeah, like, why did he let Sarah go back? Like, what was that? That was kind of just a little one-off. Maybe we'll learn later.
He was piqued,
yeah,
intrigued, whatever.
Yeah, and I'm sure God wasn't telling him to do that. He did it on his own.
No, that was the brother doing it on his own with his, you know, own choice to do what he wants to do.
So I don't know. There were, you know, like you said, like the praying, and then like the whole thing where two different groups of people called this Sarah like a whore because she was with the horsemen.
That's also just like a human thing to do, though.
Maybe it was the word. They both had to use the same word. Why did they both have to say, like, two different groups of people from two different places just instantly put her in the horror category? It's kind of weird.
Then there was that other group where he was, I think he called himself a priest, and he tried to offer up the women. And then afterwards, she's like, I don't think Pestilence knows what that means. And he's like, I know exactly what that means. And I was like, I thought you didn't know what sex was.
Right. Very inconsistent with him.
Either
he knows or he doesn't.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Either he knows or he doesn't. And apparently it's both at the same time.
No. Very inconsistent. Not only that, I honestly just didn't even care for him at all. Like, I didn't find anything about him sexy or alluring. I kind of just was like, what about him, other than, you know, his blonde locks and his riding this stupid horse you wanted to call a stupid name?
Angelic face.
His angelic face and his muscles. I'm like, you don't know this guy at all. And you still didn't know him.
She's 21, though. Her frontal lobe is not fully developed. So,
which is another problem I have in itself. Like, why is she 21 years old? You have her with this immortal being.
Thousands of years old.
Yeah.
And then at one point, she was even like, my body is full of flaws. And I was like, bitch, you're 21.
What flaws you talking about?
Yeah,
girl?
What flaws are you talking about at 21?
Oh, you got a little
maybe
scar
you're
when
not
you fell
fully
off
developed
the
brain.
No, she got a scar when she fell off of the swings when she was 10, and she could still see it because she don't have other scars.
God. Well, now she's covered in a million other scars. Excuse me.
I don't know. I'm like, what imperfect body are you talking about at 21 years old? Get the fuck out of here. Your body's as close as perfect as it's gonna be at 21.
Yeah.
It's only
Even
down
then.
from there, girly. It's downhill.
Even then. Oh my God. No, I like from the start, before they gave her age, I was picturing her at like 26, 28.
I would have
No.
loved it if she was closer to 30, honestly.
Yeah. Even if she was over 30, even though she kept talking about college, like it would have been so much better. But no, she was 21 years old. And I think that bothers me the most in this whole book.
Mm.
She's 21 and he's like, what, 3,000, 4,000 years old?
Ancient.
Possibly older. He said he was older than humanity. And, you could technically drag humanity back like 10,000 million years. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. So essentially, I was just looking through some of the reviews, and they're right. Essentially, several people pointed out Stockholm Syndrome is what Sarah had.
Yeah. So technically, Stockholm Syndrome isn't real, but yeah.
Well, I don't know that. What do you mean?
So it
Bring
was
me your facts.
invented in the 1970s by this Swedish man who watched this woman get kidnapped by bank robbers, and she, quote unquote, fell in love with them. And that's what he described this as. But when she got out of the situation, she said, no, I did not love them. I was just telling them what they wanted to hear so they wouldn't kill me, so I could eventually escape and turn them into the cops. That's where Stockholm Syndrome came from. A woman doing what women do, saying whatever they need to say in order to get out of a situation. I learned about this on the podcast Who Did What Now, and it's very interesting. She does like a whole hour on this, and I gave you the 30-second spiel. But anyway, Stockholm Syndrome is not really real, but people just took it and ran with it and apply it to everything.
Well, I mean, I get what you're saying, but the encyclopedia says it's real. Yeah. Wikipedia says it's real. Google gives and it does give the history and the origin that you mentioned.
The history and the origin. But most people just focus on the man who came up with it, but they don't look at the woman who he was watching. And if you look at her side of the story and listen to what she said, she's like, no, I absolutely did not fall in love with them. I just said whatever I needed to say to get out of it.
That's interesting. And so, that's opposite of what I'm reading from encyclopedia.
Yeah. No.
Somebody needs to fact check it. I don't know. Maybe the podcast is right.
She's a historian. Her name is Katie, and I am blanking on her last name, but her podcast is Who Did What Now? And she looks at the women in history, because that's what this is. It's like, yes, he was a real man who came up with this, and like everybody, the same way Freud said, women just want to fuck their fathers, and that's what everybody assumes. But it actually stemmed from the fact that all these women were coming to him saying, my father's abusing me, help. And he was like, your father's my friend. No, I'm just going to say you came after your father. See, like, women always say one thing and then men twist it and turn it into something else. And then that just kind of becomes what people believe as the norm.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. But I think what they're saying is true based on the traditional understanding of Stockholm Syndrome.
Of the understanding of Stockholm Syndrome.
Which is that there's an emotional bond and sympathy or loyalty toward the captor. So based on that and that alone.
Yes, based on that, yes.
Yeah. Which is also unattractive.
Yeah, no. He never did anything really... Like, he did save her life, but he kept saying, I'm doing this to torture you. I'm doing this to torture you. He never did anything good outside of that. And that's what I really can't get behind. When I listened to the first 20%, I was like, okay, this is good. This is intriguing. I like that they're fighting like this for 20% of the book. I thought it might be 30% of the book. And then we would get into different things going on in the world, that they would each have different obstacles to overcome. Like maybe he would save Rob and Ruth, and maybe he would do something good for humanity, not just good for himself or for Sarah.
Right.
Sarah is just like, yeah, no, he's hot, he's pretty, he let me drink hot chocolate or whatever, he warmed me up for
he gave me some saltines and mustard or whatever
he
the
made
fuck
me
it
a
was.
jelly sandwich. It's so
Oh
good.
my God.
There was that one evil guy who, they could have had a really good conversation about how, yes, there is bad in humanity and this evil father needs to die, but his wife and children don't deserve to die. So save them.
But see, then you start getting into like, he's not God. And who is he to say? So then you start getting into morality of who should live and who should die. So I kind of understand why probably they want to go there. Like I'm making decisions on who should die and who shouldn't versus this is my job to just kill everyone.
Just to kill everybody. But I feel like that would have been a better arc for him because he went from 100% everybody has to die to 0% nobody has to die. Mm-hmm. And I feel like it would have been a much better arc if they like fought over or argued or did whatever about like trying to kill some people or saving some people. And, she was always like, save the children. And he was like, the children will die on their own anyway. So just kill them now.
Well, I think generally speaking, that might be right, especially for babies.
Yeah, no, they were little kids in a Canadian winter. They would have died on their own immediately anyway.
Yeah.
But, it could have just been a much more interesting dynamic for them instead of everybody dies for 99% of the book. And then, at the very end, he changed his mind and now nobody dies.
Yeah.
Like it was at 100 to 0, all or nothing. And I just would have preferred more interactive ups and downs throughout.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I get that. And I think that's fair. That's a fair assessment. It was pretty flat on and off. And I think it was hard for me to like him at all in any capacity. I didn't get it. And I didn't really like Sarah either that much. And again, I don't have to like the people, but when you come to a baseline romance, you need to like
you need to like the characters.
You need to at least want to root for them. And I was just like, it might have been funner if she did die. And then maybe she came back as immortal or something. That might have been funner instead of her being saved or whatever.
Yeah.
Kill her.
Kill her. Bring her back. Let her be the first woman of the apocalypse or something. Mm-hmm. But it was very, very rooted in humanity.
Yeah. Rooted in some bullshit. Excuse me. Excuse me. Okay, this is a great time for me to take a break by checking out those commercials. You are supporting the podcast. While you're listening, feel free to pick up a copy of the Book Review Journal or even visit the merch store. There we go. Even check out the merch store. We have cool t-shirts and other stuff over there. So hang out, do all the things, and we'll be right back. Welcome back.
Hello. Part
what
2.
Else? Part 2.
Oh. So what is something you did like about this book? Or the graphic audio?
Okay. Not much. I can't think. So, okay. I think one thing that I liked, I think the sex scenes were okay. I mean, I didn't say I liked them per se, but they were okay. I do have a critique, but I also liked the follow up to it. So, like the first 2 times they had sex, it was pretty
vanilla.
Very vanilla, the man almost doesn't know what to do with it, right? But then suddenly he's just got this rhythm of
0 to 100.
This amazing a rhythm, and he's just able to make her come off of his thrusting fast alone, which we all know is highly unlikely. But okay. So the author wants us to believe that. Okay. first couple times, I'm like, okay, does he not know what foreplay is?
No.
Okay, I don't think so. But eventually he figures it out without being told.
Mm-hmm.
And he's amazing out the gate, which also is highly unlikely.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I mean, he's giving mind-blowing orgasms immediately with
He knows
no
exactly where the
direction.
clitoris is right off the bat.
Yeah, so I did kind of like how he got it together, but I wish like it was a little more real. Again, either he knows or he doesn't. Does he know or does he not know?
Yeah. Yeah.
And again, the whole really vanilla, like missionary, ABC sex.
She wasn't even on top.
No,
there was
that's what I'm
one
saying.
moment where she started on top and then he flipped her over and like
Very
it was
missionary.
I'm sorry, I just had that realization too.
Intercourse only, missionary only.
I mean, he went down on her one time.
Yeah, the one time that he just knocked it out the park and he was insatiable apparently. But
yeah, no foreplay, no
nothing.
Nothing.
And people in the comments on the book are saying that's spicy, that's smutty. Get the fuck out of here. What have you been reading?
Maybe when I was 14. But yeah, no, I've been reading this way too long. This is
definitely not smutty at all.
Mm-mm.
It's very... So, I mean, okay, I liked it. And again, not everything has to be smutty, and I don't feel like it has to be smutty. But if we're talking about... I do enjoy some realism. So if we're talking about someone that's never had sex before, never been there, give me some... Well, it would have been fun for her to kind of teach him what to do if he needed some teaching. That could have been fun. That could have been a fun passage to read.
Or if he, puts it in and then accidentally comes right away.
That could have been funny
about it and try all over again. That would have been really fun and cute.
So first time out the gate and he's a rock star, huh?
Apparently. Yeah.
No. We know that ain't the truth.
No.
So I liked it, but I didn't like it. I can't tell you anything that I just straight up liked. I'm sorry, I can't.
I'm so sorry. I thought this was going to be better. I didn't realize it was going to be so Christian coded. But I was hoping for, a really good enemies to lovers, which it was. They did try to kill themselves or kill each other. Which I appreciate.
That didn't last long.
No, it didn't. But for the first 20%, it was there. And I was really into that.
Hell, she's being walked by the horse in him, dragging behind the horse. She's like, oh, thank God I work out. And I guess if she's 21 years old, she could just walk she could just jog a couple kilometers like it's no one's problem. And the whole time she's like, oh, look at his hair. Look at this. I'm like, bitch,
you're
so
stupid. Pretty.
Like, you're running behind a smelly horse.
If she had been 31, this would have been a completely different story. Completely different story.
Yeah.
She'd be like, yeah, he has pretty hair, but I'm actually gonna keep trying to kill him or actually try to escape for real.
Yeah.
Ugh.
And then to be honest, like the very first scene where she tries to kill him, I put in Discord, like before I even got to like the end of the scene, I'm like, why is this girl trying to kill him? Like, who said this was a good idea? This sounds stupid. Like, who? It sounds stupid. And then the very next scene, he doesn't die. Duh.
No, he does not die.
I'm like, where is the government? Where is the army? Where are all the people? They just gonna let this lone girl just come out and try to kill. That sounds...
Honestly, where's the American army? He went from Florida to New York and the American army didn't do anything before he made his way across Canada?
Everyone should have known he was unkillable
at
by
that
the time
point,
he got there.
Absolutely, yeah.
Everyone, because you're right, the American army should have tried to take him out more than
they would have dropped a nuke on him, because America.
Hopefully they would have done it in Florida before they left.
Hopefully, Florida. Yeah, we can get rid of Florida. That's fine. But yeah, I feel like that is a giant plot hole in the story. In America, the army is so vast.
Send ice after him.
Yeah. I mean, they all deserve to die, so that's great.
I don't know. It just seems stupid. I'm like, okay, what? This doesn't even make sense. Immediately, I instantly had an immediate problem with it. I'm like, what? This does not make sense. Okay.
I didn't think about that until you pointed that out. But yeah, you're right. You're right. You're absolutely right.
But I tried my best to kind of just roll with it. It took me almost a week to get this done.
Oh,
because
damn.
I just couldn't stay with it. I would get annoyed and just cut it off. I'm like, I can't stay focused and cut it off. Now, I think if I talk about it from the graphic audio perspective, I think some of the music choices were annoying. At certain points, I'm like, why is there music here? They're just fucking talking. Let them talk. And the thing I thought of was like, when I watch a TV show or a movie, there's not an undertrack in every scene.
No, there's not. And so I wonder, like, does graphic audio feel like they have to?
I don't know. I feel like they think they need a third track doing something at all times.
At all times.
So if it's not music, it's sound effects. If it's not sound effects, it's music. Sometimes it's music and sound effects. But there could have been a couple of moments of nothing.
To just focus on the conversation.
Yeah. So like even when like the old people are dying, you hear like almost strings in the background. I'm like,
and that was God. Like, no, we could have interspersed that. We could have had a couple moments of silence and then
something to like maybe make it more impactful. But instead it was like some kind of noise every time. And then sometimes I felt like the music didn't fit. And sometimes the music was a little too loud.
Yes. Oh, yeah. That was annoying as fuck.
So, and then honestly, what it made me think was, maybe graphic audio isn't for me. Maybe I just like audiobooks. Because I feel like two narrators, duet style, could have nailed this without all the extra hoopla. It could have been better.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah, sometimes just all the extra sounds, it was just overkill at times. Like it wasn't. It would have been better if it was strategically used instead of just that underlining track for the entire time.
Yes, I agree fully.
And then
I mean, there were some cool parts like with the horse clomping, but that makes me think of Monty Python. So like, I'm going to giggle anyway. But you're right. There were moments that really needed to be silent, that needed the peace and quiet without the music, without the bells and whistles.
Yeah. And then like, so also I think graphic audio isn't great for car listening.
Oh no.
And the reason why is because I'm like driving and I hear the sound and I look around. I'm like, what is that? I'm like, I don't know. I thought maybe it could have been something outside the car. It like really distracted me in a bad way and I cut it off. I said, oh, that's the book. I cut it off.
Yeah, no, that would not work. That would be, yeah, no.
Yeah. So, and the purpose of me like loving audiobooks is so much is because I can multitask. And I find that, in a car, I have no problem with 2, 3, 4, 5 voices, but all those other noises was too much. And I wouldn't go on a walk with all that music and noise in my ears. Like it would make it even harder to be self-aware of your surroundings with all that extra stuff going on.
No, that's you're absolutely right.
I think the graphic audio takes away from the flexibility of it because you need so much energy to focus on what is happening. So it kind of takes away from the point of audiobooks almost.
The first time I listened to this, I was washing dishes. And so, you're standing in your kitchen. You don't have to be aware of your surroundings. You're not really doing anything but scrubbing pots and pans with your hands, right? Like you're not doing anything. So you can get lost in it. And the second time I listened, well, after that, I was doing one of those diamond art things. So I'm sitting at my table, gluing stuff together. So in those senses, like, I could absolutely get lost in a graphic audio. Yeah. But no, thinking about driving a car while listening to this, absolutely not. No, there were so many moments where I'd be like, oh my God, the police are pulling me over. Somebody's getting shot outside the car. What's happening?
Yeah, and it's like I never thought about that stuff before because it just I've never had a problem with it. But
No,
a couple of times I'm like, what is that? No, I just cut it off. I couldn't do it.
that would be terrible.
Yeah, and I guess also I think the guy that was playing Pestilence, at times his voice sounded really old to me.
Ooh,
Only at
yes.
times. So not consistently. Like either his voice would change or his enunciation would slightly change. And you know how sometimes you get that forward mouth sound
Mm.
or where you think you might be just hearing teeth. Does that make sense? It's like hard to explain.
I'm trying to think of an example of
Like
that.
someone who might have dentures or something.
Oh,
And,
no.
you know, like when they first get them and they're not really used to how they sound, like how to enunciate the words. And it only happened a few times. I'm like, why does he sound old right now? Like something was happening in a few scenes that I didn't like. His sound would change.
Do you think somebody else re-recorded over him?
I don't know. But it was just a couple instances. I'm like, oh, like here he sounds like full virile,
Young
men.
and sexy, yeah.
Right. And then every once in a while I'm like, what is that? What is that? I didn't like it.
That's okay.
I did not, and fully, I did not expect this reaction at all.
Yeah.
I went into it fully expecting to enjoy it. And I guess as you mentioned to me, like when we were texting the other day,
Mm-hmm.
we have a whole second chance and third and fourth
And fourth chance, yes.
to see if these other characters get a better treatment to me.
I hope so. I really hope so. I'm hoping it will be one of those moments or series where it's like you have to get through the first book and then the second book is so much better and then the third and the fourth and it's fantastic. That's what I'm hoping for. Keep your fingers crossed for us, guys. We need a win.
Yeah, yeah, because I'm like, wah, wah, wah. That was kind of flat for me, but I am really okay. Let's rate it first, and I'll tell you. Because I have nothing else. Do you have anything else?
I don't have anything else. We've covered it all.
Okay, so let's go ahead and rate this graphic audiobook. Go ahead.
I'm giving it 3 stars. It was solid. It was decent. I'm hopeful enough for the rest of the series that, yeah, 3 stars. Yes, we just ripped it apart in this podcast, but it's definitely not the worst book we've ever read. And I'm more, I don't want to say numb to it, but I'm not like, when you have those really bad books and you're angry and you're like, I have this long list of things I need to complain about and everything's terrible. No, this is more just like it was bad, 3 stars.
Mine was a little bit more worse than that. I think, full disclosure, if we weren't already committed, I would stop.
Mm-hmm.
For me, it's a 2-star, and that's generous. I didn't like it. And again, it didn't get a 1 because it wasn't the worst thing ever. But there was a lot I didn't like, as you could tell.
Yeah.
So we'll see where the next one takes us. Unfortunately or fortunately, depending on how you look at it, we're locked in. So this is either going to be 3 more months of this or the tide will turn.
Every book will be different. Every book will have a new character, a new cast.
Right. But it's
hopefully
the same
world. Hopefully it
world.
will be Christian fiction, but yeah.
Well, it's the same world. So unless the author changes her tone a little bit, that same underlining thing is going to happen.
Yeah.
Because war is coming. So what can the author say about war in a Christian fiction kind of way?
Oh.
I don't know. Are we going to find out how she feels about war as a person?
Mm-hmm.
Are we going to find out how she feels about the military and other things? I don't know. What could be there? I don't know.
You're right.
I don't know. This is like the kind of topics where it can either be really unique or really dreadful.
Mm-hmm.
So Time will tell, I guess.
Time will tell.
But I am looking forward to the book club on this one because Trinette, one of our ride or dies for the book club, and she's been riding with the podcast for years. She posted on the Discord that she finished this very quickly and she can't wait to talk about it because she finished it really fast.
She loves it, doesn't she?
I don't know. She didn't say that. She did not say.
Okay.
She gave no indication if she liked it or not. She just says she finished it before everyone and she has to wait to talk about it. So,
all right, Trinette, well, we're going to talk. I can't wait to hear what you have to say.
Yeah, I'm very curious. And I know there's a couple other, Nikki, I really want to see what she has to say as well.
Yes, Nikki's going to have some good comments on this.
Yeah, I feel like she's going to be with me on this one.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah. Now, Trinette, she's a toss-up. I don't know. I don't know what to expect. She could like it or not. But I feel like I have at least one person in my corner on this discussion. We'll see. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah, it's going to be good.
Yeah, so we'll be back here again next month. You want to come back and see what we have to say about the next book, which is War. And we're going to do the graphic audio again. Or actually, if I can find
have regular audio?
Let me look right quick. Because if they have regular audio, I almost want to do a comparison.
I would absolutely do a comparison.
Let's see. Let me go to Audible and see if it's on there. Is it literally called War? Is that the name of it?
Yeah, I think so. Because this one was Pestilence. I think the next one is War.
Let's hope and find out there's another version. Oh, there is. Okay, the covers look the same. That's why. Okay, so the graphic audio has that full cast. I want to make sure the narrators aren't the same. No, Jessica Reiner. Okay, so this one has only one narrator. It has a woman only.
Ooh, interesting.
Let's see, and this has almost 1,200, almost 1,300 ratings. The graphic audio has a lot less, but the ratings are about the same. Interesting. If I can find this for free, I don't want to spend a credit on it, but if I can find it for free, I will try that version because I do want a little bit of a comparison. But yeah, I feel like the cover arts they're great, but I feel like they're a little deceptive of what is inside the books.
Naked man and not a lot of actual kinky sex, just very vanilla sex.
Yeah, I wonder if War has also not had sex before.
I hope he has.
Because Pestilence was like, wait a minute, have you had sex before?
I know that was a conversation I got real mad at.
I'm like, wait, so you've never been here and you think I'm supposed to just what?
Wait for you? Bitch, no. No.
Oh dear.
Anyway, let's move on to the after show.
Yeah. Okay. That is it, you guys. Please let us know what you thought of today's episode. Please leave comments, like, share, subscribe, all that stuff. And we'll see you in the next one. Keep your TBR high and your spoilers tagged. Take care of yourselves. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Did you enjoy today's episode? If so, please head over to Apple Podcast or Spotify and leave a positive 5-star review. It's a simple action that makes a big difference. You can also like this episode on your favorite podcast player or share it with your fellow bookworm friends on social media. Joining the Shelf Addiction Patreon family is another way to support us. For as little as $2 a month, you can help our team create even more amazing bookish content. If Patreon isn't your thing, consider becoming a supporter on the Spreaker app for just $5 a month and gain access to exclusive audio-only content. You can find me everywhere, including Instagram, X, and TikTok under the handle Shelf Addiction. Join our book club of the same name on the book club's website and app, where we discuss all things bookish and more in a safe space. The Shelf Addiction podcast is a part of the Nerdy Maven Network. Thanks for tuning in.